To start with, what drew you to this? Why did you want to release on the Ethereum blockchain?
Well, actually, a friend of mine, Eclectic, who actually has been doing it for quite some time, that's pretty much, I had been texting him back and forth and telling him about the work that he's doing and, how great it was. And, I was kind of looking, always in search of something new to do on the horizon. And music and art it just blends so well, and it always have been in my life. And I was just trying to reach out and find something new other than doing our same old thing every year, every day. I mean, not that I hate it, I love it. It's just, finding new ways to use it, new ways to expand on being creative and
It's a
the
great
NFT.
time.
Uh-huh.
It's a great. First of all, Bootsy, I have to say I am so pumped to have you on. Thank God my parents had great taste in music, and I grew up with everything from the Grateful Dead to a lot of P-Funk was played in our house as well. And then of course I continue to listen to it and still do. So
Wow.
it's truly an honor to have you on. But during this last year of the pandemic, the lockdown was so difficult for musicians. And I think it's incredible to see how you all have adapted and really innovated in ways. Musicians tend to be better at that than people in other fields. Why do you think musicians are such good innovators?
Because, I think musicians and artists, the saying, starving artists, and, they always talk about how musicians can't get in and get a real job and this, that, and the other. And we've learned how to adapt instead of being like the dinosaurs who couldn't adapt to the change in certain situations. Musicians and artists have learned how to do that, and we don't even think about it. It's a feeling, when that time comes when you got to adapt and change up. You just feel it out. And what I do is I go to the universe and ask for that guidance. It's the same thing with music. I'm always asking for the guidance to the next riff, the next melody. So it's
Right.
not something that's complex. It's something that we just naturally do.
One thing that has been true, though, over time is you haven't always, you artists, had access to the full rights for your work. You've had to give them to various people and groups over the course of time. Does this new technology really change the ownership and the power structure a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's good. It's really good. I mean, it's always you always got something bad happening with it, but I think this is more on the up and up for individual musicians and artists alike. Because you know, owning your own music and your own lyrics is, that's like a whole new ball game. It lets the chains off, and we're still a work in progress, but at the same time, I can see a light at the end of the tunnel for
Bootsy,
musicians. And yeah.
Bootsy, we've seen a lot of musicians come out and sell their rights. Bob Dylan,
Yeah.
some of Fleetwood Mac. Have you considered that as well?
No, I'm not even thinking about that because, I just, to have ownership uh, of anything to me is kind of like a miracle, a miracle in this world. And so,
Well,
I love to have the ownership of my music and anything else,